Hallo Leute und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge hier bei Fire Emblem Three Houses. Wir waren hier stehen geblieben, wir stehen vor Edelgard und werden sie jetzt wahrscheinlich, ja, umbringen. Der Duo ist auch dabei und hat im letzten Part schon am Ende Edelgard schon ziemlich viel Schaden angerichtet. Sie hätte noch 20 HP übrig, das ist perfekt, sodass ich sie eigentlich von hier ganz easy killen kann. Mit dem ewigen Schöpferschwert. Mit dem normalen Schwert komme ich da nicht ran, mit dem Kriegerschwert. Es sei denn, ich stelle mich vielleicht dahin. Aber muss ja nicht sein. Wir machen das einfach mit dem ewigen Schöpferschwert und jetzt werden wir Edelgard umbringen.
Professor, I suppose you think you can defeat me, is that right? But I will never give up. Even if my arms and legs failed me, I would still find a way to move forward. I will smash that false goddess and her minion into the ground. I will fight to free this world from her vile grasp. It looks as though my path will end here. My teacher, claim your victory. Strike me down, you must. Even now, across this land, people are killing each other. If you do not act now, this conflict will go on forever. Your path lies across my grave. It is time for you to find the courage to walk it. If I must fall, let it be by your hand. I wanted to walk with you.
Begegnung im Palast. In 18 Zügen geschafft und Leonie ist die Heldin. Ich habe Edelgard getötet. Uff. Oh. Lassen wir die weiteren Cutscenes erstmal abspielen.
It's over. We were only able to beat her because of you. This wasn't the conclusion I had hoped for, even though Never mind. It's over now. The important thing is that we won.
Here, boy. A letter. An Imperial General asked me to give it to you.
A letter? Let's see it. It looks like it's from Hubert, Edelgard's vassal.
If you are reading this letter, that means I have perished. As Her Majesty would never surrender to another, I can only assume she has fallen as well. It greatly pains me to think of this coming to pass. That said, as the survivors, I must ask you to settle certain affairs in our stead. You must destroy the threat that slithers in the dark. I am sure you must recall Monica and Tomas. Their allies yet live. They hold deep resentment against the children of the goddess and the people of the world. And they are biding their time until they can exact revenge. If left to their own devices, it is certain they will eventually bring unimaginable calamity and suffering to the world. I detected their sorcery when you took Fort Mercius. I have deduced the location of their stronghold, Shambhala. You will find its whereabouts enclosed. There is no question that they are the enemies of everyone in Fódlan. Do not allow yourselves to forget that. Lastly, while I cannot say she is in good health, the Archbishop resides in a secret chamber in the Imperial Palace. I have shared the location of the entrance to that secret chamber with the person to whom I have entrusted this letter. I believe that Her Majesty will be victorious. Even still, I must plan for her defeat as well. If you wish to lead this world, I challenge you to rise to the occasion and surpass my estimation of you. Such is your obligation as the victors, and the only fitting tribute to all that Lady Edelgard sacrificed.
Hubert, to leave a letter like this behind. You were a better man than I believed you to be. So, Rhea is alive, and the fight isn't over yet. Those who slither in the dark. It sounds like Fódlan will never know peace unless we defeat them. The allies of Monica and Tomas, well, we knew about them already. I think it's safe to assume this is the same group who used Lysithea for their blood experiments. And they were also responsible for the javelins of light that destroyed the fortress. But who were these children of the goddess who they supposedly resent? There's just not enough information here. I don't suppose there's any chance that this is his idea of a prank. If so, wow, good one. Hubert, rather than writing a letter, you should have just told us before we fought.
Befragen wir Rhea dazu.
Right. We still don't know for sure if this letter is telling the truth. Let's go find out.
You have come to save me. Is this a dream? I have longed to see you again, all this time. Is it truly you?
Claude,
I can see you have grown into a reliable young man. Thank you for supporting the professor, and for rescuing me. Surely the protection of the goddess has...
Wait, Rhea. What do you know about the children of the goddess?
Children of... What is this about?
Forgive my bluntness. Someone from the Empire filled us in on a few things. I know it must be painful for us to ask you difficult questions after such an arduous confinement. But we have no choice. We must defeat a secret enemy. Those who slither in the dark. Do you know about them?
Those who slither in the dark.
Apparently, they resent the children of the goddess and the people of the world, and are planning something big, something terrible. They use blood for their wicked magic and are capable of dropping javelins of light from the sky, which are powerful enough to crush a fortress. If you can think of anything at all, please tell us now. We need to know as much as possible about these enemies in order to stop them. This is the critical moment that will determine whether or not Fódlan falls. Can't you see that the time for secrets has passed?
It is true that there is a group of people who have slithered in the darkness and threatened the peace of Fódlan since ancient times. I am sure you have heard the stories of a man named Nemesis.
Der Befreier, der Träger des Schwertes des Schöpfers. Leute, ich bin ehrlich, das mit Nemesis ist jetzt schon so lange her. Ich glaube, das war Folge 18 oder sowas. Wir sind hier Folge 104, also ich weiß gar nichts mehr drüber. War er der Befreier? Hat er nicht auch das Schwert des Schöpfers getragen? Er hatte doch das Schwert des Schöpfers und dann hat er das in diesen Grabdings da reingepackt. Und dann habe ich das ja geöffnet und dann hat die Waffe mit mir kooperiert. Also war er doch eigentlich der Träger des Schwertes des Schöpfers, oder?
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He's the hero to whom the goddess gave the sword of the Creator.
Nemesis was originally the leader of a group of bandits. He plundered the holy tomb and stole the remains of the progenitor god. When Nemesis appeared in Xanadu some time later, he already wielded the sword of the Creator.
In Xanadu? Wie gelangte er an das Schwert des Schöpfers? Ich erinnere mich auch an Xanadu. Das war auch ganz am Anfang des Spiels. Folge 14 oder so. Dieser Red Canyon. Und da hatten wir auch eine Sidequest mit Sothis. Und da war auch eine ganz, ganz kleine Cutscene, wo Byleth dann so... Warte mal, irgendwie kommt mir das hier so bekannt vor. Und Sothis auch so. Ob das jetzt damit dran liegt? Ja, was... Ob ich jetzt frage, in welchem Ort er war, oder... Wie gelangte er an das Schwert des Schöpfers?
According to legend, the goddess gifted him the sword to fight against the evil gods.
I do not know how Nemesis obtained the sword, or why he appeared in Xanadu, but he used that sword to massacre the people there, the children of the progenitor god. From their corpses he gained even more power, and brought war to Fódlan.
That's completely different from what the legends tell us about Nemesis.
A mere bandit like Nemesis would not have been capable of anything so monstrous on his own.
Aha! So Nemesis had accomplices. And those accomplices must have been those who slither in the dark. They used Nemesis. And this time, they used the Imperial army to once again bring war to Fódlan. I finally get it. And I even understand why Edelgard was associating with them. Just as they were trying to use the Empire was trying to use them. Rhea, there's still a mountain of things I need to ask you, and I will. But I'll leave all of that for another day. You must be weak after living in confinement for so long. Please rest for a while. My friend, let's prepare for battle. We need to strike Shambhala as soon as possible.
You must not allow Fódlan's bloody history, the Red Canyon tragedy, to repeat itself.
It occurs to me that we never got an answer from Rhea about the children of the goddess.
Waren das nicht die Bewohner von Xanadu?
She did say that the people of the Red Canyon were the children of the progenitor god, so I suppose so. But those evil guys continued to plot their revenge even after the Red Canyon tragedy. Does that mean some of the children of the goddess, or their descendants, are still alive?
Was? Rhea, Flame, ich? Was? Oh Gott. Könnte das bedeuten, dass einige Kinder der Göttin oder ihre Nachfahren noch am Leben sind? Rhea, Flame, ich. Wer ist überhaupt erstmal diese Göttin, um die hier gerade gesprochen wird? Doch nicht etwa Sothis, oder doch? Ich weiß es nicht. Wenn diese Göttin Sothis ist, dann bin das dann ich oder was? Oder ist das dann... Oder Rhea oder Flame? Aber Leute, ich habe doch keine Ahnung. Soll ich Flame nehmen? Ich würde jetzt nicht auf mich gehen, oder? Flame?
If there's something special about her blood, we can't rule out the possibility. What are these children anyway? And how are they connected to the goddess? I almost disappeared into the bottomless swamp that is my mind. I thought that after we defeated the Empire, I'd be able to see that sight I long to see.
Welcher Anblick ist das?
I've told you about my dreams before. I want to break down the wall separating Fódlan from the outside world. The sight I want to see lies beyond that. Honestly, it's a trivial thing to fixate on. Just people, gathered in their towns, living out their lives together, sometimes laughing, sometimes fighting. But the people living there aren't just citizens of Fódlan. There are people from Dagda, Brigid, and even Duscur and Srang. There could be people who were born in Elmira, or countries even farther east there, too. All of those people living together like it's nothing special at all. That's the sight I long to see. It's so simple, but still so far away. But this is no time for complaining. We need to focus on capturing Shambhala. Let's hurry up and gather everyone together.
So, you mean to tell me that Fódlan will fall to ruin if we leave those guys be?
If this map is reliable, their base is just south of my family's territory.
This story is a bit much to believe. And yet...
It does ring true, somehow.
Remember Monica, the one who killed Gerald, and the old man who was masquerading as Tomas? They were their allies, and the Flame Emperor and the Death Knight were merely their pawns.
The people who were after my blood? They were also the ones who used me to conduct their blood experiments.
As awful as it sounds, they're seemingly fond of using blood in their secret techniques.
Ugh, that's really gross. I could never be friends with someone like that.
I believe they were also responsible for the Javelin of Light that destroyed Fort Mercius.
Hold up, boy. Do you really think that we can win against such powerful foes?
I don't know. But we have to try, don't we?
Wir kämpfen für Fódlans Zukunft. Es ist unsere Pflicht als Sieger. Ich könnte also so gesehen hier aus Huberts Brief zitieren. Es ist unsere Pflicht als Sieger. Wir kämpfen aber für Fódlans Zukunft.
We've really taken on something big. I wonder if our names will go down in history.
My heroic name, passed down to future generations? A worthy cause indeed.
They were trying to use the Imperial Army to plunge Fódlan into war, but we nipped that in the bud. Now we just need to tear out their roots. And I know we have what it takes to do it.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Blue Sea Moon. The city without light. Immediately following Edelgard's defeat, the Alliance army discovers the existence of another adversary, a group operating behind the scenes within the Empire. Claude suspects that if the true enemy is left unchecked, disaster will befall Fódlan, and so he cuts short the celebration and the troops head for Shambhala, where this foe resides.
I just don't get it.
What is it, Claude?
Those Javelins of Light. They were trying to use it to kill us at Fort Mercius, right? But then why not drop it on Garreg Mach? They must have known for a while that we were here.
It is not that they chose to refrain, but rather that they were unable to do so.
Rhea, how are you feeling?
I am well enough. I cannot afford to rest while Fódlan is in danger.
What do you mean when you say they couldn't drop a Javelin of Light here?
Once, a very long time ago, a massive ball of light fell upon this monastery. However, that light mysteriously changed course in mid-air and landed in Aelel instead.
Aelel, the Valley of Torment. So that's what the wreckage of those Javelins of Light looks like.
The Holy Tomb is not only the location of the progenitor god's eternal slumber, but also a sacred vessel for a power that repels evil. Supposedly, the progenitor god built the Holy Tomb herself to protect her children from the evil light.
So the children of the goddess gathered in Xanadu because of its proximity to the monastery? But we've fought at distant locations many times.
Despite that, the Javelins of Light only fell on Fort Mercius.
In his letter, Hubert said that he detected their magic when the fort fell. In other words, because they used a Javelin of Light, Hubert was able to pinpoint the location of their base.
So they didn't use it before then because they didn't want us to know where their base is?
In any case, those Javelins of Light must be something they can't just use whenever they want. And they finally decided to use one at Mercius, where they were sure they'd be able to finish us off. It's only thanks to the whims of the Death Knight that we escaped with our lives. And no Javelins of Light have fallen since then.
It's possible that the enemy hasn't yet realized that we've learned the location of their base.
If so, their guard may be down, which makes this the perfect time for a surprise attack.
I will accompany you.
What? No, that would be far too dangerous. Your long confinement weakened you greatly, did it not?
Those people have opposed us since ancient times. I wish to learn the truth about them for myself.
I understand. I will not stop you, but please take care not to overexert yourself.
We don't know exactly what we're up against here, but having you around is very reassuring, Rhea. Let's prepare to strike at Shambhala before they make their next move.
Das Spiel gibt und gibt und gibt und es hört nicht auf. Meine Güte. Auf einmal haben wir einen komplett neuen Gegner. Und wir haben den Stützpunkt von diesem Gegner nur dank Hubert erfahren. Das ist ja echt krass. Was steht jetzt hier? Zerstörung von Shambhala. Greife Shambhala an, das Hauptquartier der Schattenschleicher, die während dieses Kriegs im Schatten der kaiserlichen Armee agierten. Jetzt ist halt die Frage. Ich dachte ja wirklich so, jetzt wenn wir Edelgard killen, ist die Story beendet. Aber dann ist mir halt so wirklich eingefallen, was ist eigentlich mit Monika und mit Thomas und noch, da war noch diese eine Cutscene, wo ich als Byleth halt diese Gruft runtergefallen bin und dann diese 5 Jahre vergangen sind. Da war auch so ein Keck, dessen Namen ich vergessen habe. Thales. Thales. Genau. Der hat uns ja da angegriffen, deswegen ist ja Byleth überhaupt erst runtergefallen. Da war ja Rhea noch ein Drache oder was weiß ich. Auf jeden Fall, diese Gegner habe ich total vergessen. So, und wenn das dann alles die Leute sind, die bei diesen, die halt die Schattenschleicher genannt werden. Ich denke, wenn wir die besiegen, dann ist das Game vorbei. Und das bedeutet, glaube ich, wiederum, dass dieser Monat, der Monat der Blauen See, der letzte Monat ist, oder was? Aber ganz ehrlich, das Game hört ja gar nicht mehr auf. Deswegen, ich habe auch letzten Monat gesagt, das ist der letzte Monat, aber es geht ja weiter, wie wir sehen. Also, ich will mich nicht darauf festlegen, dass das hier der letzte Monat ist, aber es kann halt sein, ne? Und das bedeutet auch, dass wir hier in den Unterstützungsgesprächen vorankommen müssen. Es fehlen nicht mehr viele Leute, die Gespräche haben. Seth hat noch ein Gespräch mit Hilda. Petra hat noch ein Gespräch mit Claude. Claude hat noch ein Gespräch mit Flane. Und ich glaube, das war's. Mehr Gespräche gibt es nicht. Catherine hat noch ein Gespräch mit... Nee, das ist fertig. Okay. Gut, dann uns fehlen wirklich nicht mehr viele Gespräche. Das ist sehr gut zu wissen. So, wir speichern das natürlich erstmal alles ab. Sehr, sehr krass, was hier alles passiert ist. Was wir jetzt machen ist Folgendes. Ich könnte den Part jetzt beenden, aber da wir wirklich noch sehr viele Gespräche haben, werden wir mit den Gesprächen weitermachen. Und ja, im nächsten Part gibt es dann wahrscheinlich die letzte Klostererkundung. Also denke ich jetzt mal. Bin mir nicht sicher, aber mal schauen. So, egal. Fangen wir mit den Gesprächen an. Lorenz hatte 4 Stück, ne? Dann beenden wir jetzt Lorenz Gespräche. Lorenz mit Lysithea.
Lysithea, it's no good for you to expose yourself to such strong sunlight. And a chill could steal upon you at any moment. You really ought to have worn a mantle. You have been running yourself absolutely ragged. Would you please consider taking some rest?
Enough is enough. I am fully aware. Now, stop following me.
I'm only concerned for your health.
That's great and all, but I feel fine today. And I'm perfectly capable of caring for myself. I don't have time to take a rest. I'm overloaded with work, and I have less time than everyone else. I just want to do my own thing. Bring order to the Alliance, and put my parents' minds at ease.
No need to rush. How can you be so certain your lifespan is shortened anyway? I do not know who decided that, but consider me skeptical. If you are healthy now, and if you take proper care of yourself, you ought to live just as long as anyone else.
That's all well and good, but those vitamin-packed sweets you brought tasted weird.
If you want a healthy body, then you need to start with what you eat.
You have a point, but those health sweets are gross.
I sent for the finest in wholesome, healthy treats for you. I asked only for the very sweetest.
That was pretty nice of you. I'm sorry, Lawrence. Thank you for being so thoughtful. Still, I don't need bushels and bushels of them. Gaining a ton of weight won't exactly lengthen my lifespan either. I mean, I like to be able to hang out with you as much as possible, and for as long as possible.
Truly? Oh, I'm so glad. I feel the same. Even in an otherwise perfect future, I still cannot see a happy life for myself without you in it. In fact, the more time we spend together, the more essential to me you become. So let us walk, side by side, toward a future together.
Yikes! Keep it down, will you?
Why are you flustered? What is there to be embarrassed about? You know I will always care for you.
Okay, noted. Will you just calm down already?
You need not worry about a thing. I will look after you no matter what may come. After all, the future of Fódlan rests upon my shoulders, does it not?
I won't give up on myself either. Thanks for caring, Lawrence.
Jeder, der es schafft, der Name. Jeder, der es schafft, Lysithea zum Blaschen zu bringen, hat einen sehr, sehr guten Job gemacht. Und das gerade auch war schön. Ich finde diese abschließenden A-Gespräche, zu denen kann man eigentlich kaum was sagen, weil so die C- und B-Gespräche, da hat sich ja so Streit entwickelt und die Charaktere haben sich ja wirklich über die 5 Jahre auch verändert und da konnte man nur so viel erzählen. Aber so bei den letzten abschließenden A-Gesprächen bin ich dann am Ende immer so, ja, und das ist ein schönes Ende. Fertig. So, mehr habe ich dazu gar nicht zu sagen. Versteht ihr, was ich meine? Zum Beispiel hier bei Catherine. Das Gespräch zwischen Catherine und Lorenz. Das C-Gespräch war ein großer Streit, das B-Gespräch war ein bisschen Streit und ein bisschen schon fast Fürsorge, ja. Und jetzt kommt das A-Gespräch und ich denke, am Ende dieses Gesprächs brauche ich wieder nichts zu sagen, weil alles, was gesagt wurde, ist halt ein schönes Ende. Und weil ich gerade gespannt bin, hören wir jetzt Lorenz mit Catherine.
Let's put the match on hold for now, Lawrence. Or if you can't wait, we'll say you won.
No. Let us resume it later. You haven't yet had the chance to use Thunderbrand.
You weren't using a relic either. If you had been, you would have won easily. Even without it, you're stronger than I expected. You seem to be fighting more intensely than usual.
Under ordinary circumstances, I'd have surely lost. But I had a vested interest in testing your character. If your swordplay relied at all on the dirty tricks of a fugitive, I would have felt compelled to defeat you.
Are you saying you fought more ably because you had a sense of purpose?
Not as such, although I admit that when we crossed blades, I became envious of your strength. I caught a glimpse, in your elegant swordsmanship, of an aspect of the noble ideal that I yet lack. That envy is perhaps what drove me to fight so hard.
Interesting.
I was also able to satisfy my curiosity. You are no criminal, but rather a lady of great conviction.
That might be an exaggeration. I've done some things I'm not proud of.
Modest as ever. Another of your noble qualities.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm no longer a noble.
Whatever your title, the responsible use of power is the very hallmark of nobility. Deny it all you like. The way I see it, you are indeed a true noble.
I don't want to be a true noble. I won't be tied down by any stuffy idea of nobility. Although, if this is your way of flirting with me, perhaps I can be persuaded otherwise.
That's rather sudden.
Tell me, Lawrence, do you often woo noble women? As a true noble, I must be an ideal target for a fellow like you.
Since you put it that way, apologies, but I confess you've rendered me quite speechless.
Lighten up. I'm just teasing. You're clearly not ready to woo me.
Not ready? Do I not suffice for you? Is there some flaw that I could conceivably correct?
You're more open-minded than you used to be, but you're still so hung up on status and lineage. If you became a more tolerant person, maybe it would work out. What matters isn't someone's blood, it's what they want, what they fear, what they accomplish. When you understand that, let me know, and I might just fall for you.
Just wait and you shall see, Catherine. I fully intend to live up to the very highest of your standards.
Wow, okay, das war jetzt auch ein bisschen... Was soll ich denn jetzt dazu sagen? Seht ihr, ich bin auch sprachlos geworden wie Lorenz. Was soll ich dazu jetzt sagen? Okay. Ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, das mit Catherine habe ich nicht erwartet, dass Catherine sowas droppt. Aber Catherine ist halt auch nur eine Person wie jeder andere, ne? Trotzdem sehr interessant. Ja. Von dem C-Gespräch mit dem krassen Streit zu so einem A-Gespräch ist schon eine Steigerung. Lorenz mit Mercedes.
Mercedes, I have heard that you are the daughter of imperial nobility. Is that the case?
It is.
And you have a crest as well. Is that not so?
Again, it is.
Why did you not tell me? I was under the impression you were a commoner.
I didn't mean to hide it from you, but you never asked. Besides, I am considered common now. I don't care to flaunt my noble past or my crest. I have no desire to return to that status.
Then, if I may speak hypothetically a moment, does that mean that if a nobleman were to offer you his hand in marriage, you would decline?
Not at all. That's a separate matter entirely. Even if I were to fall in love, regardless of their social status, I'm not looking to marry right now.
What a relief. Forgive my rudeness. I am merely envious of your flexible outlook. It is a posture that I might very well adopt. Not to say that I hang upon your every word, of course.
You mean in terms of love and marriage?
Precisely. Status should be no impediment to love.
But if you marry a woman who isn't a noble, then haven't you neglected your duty?
Not exactly, no. What I said was that my marriage must benefit House Gloucester. So long as that holds true, the bloodline of my partner is actually irrelevant. For instance, if she bore a crest and was at one time considered noble...
Well, now that doesn't sound flexible at all. How can you know if someone will benefit your family? Would you investigate her before allowing yourself feelings? That doesn't sound very noble of you.
That is not what I...
I'm sorry, Lawrence. I was only teasing. I'm sure your lack of tact is what women find so irresistible.
Come again?
Oh, nothing at all. I hope you do your family proud and fulfill your duty.
Yes, I most certainly will.
Ich hätte auf Verlauf drücken müssen, weil das, was Mercedes da gesagt hat, hätte ich gerne nochmal gelesen. Was hat sie da nochmal gesagt? Also sie hat was gesagt und dann hat Lorenz Verzeihung gefragt, aber ich habe vergessen, was sie da gesagt hat. Schade, ey, Mann, ich habe nicht aufgepasst. Ey, was ist denn hier los? Was ist das für Gespräche? Also erstmal hat ja... Wer hat jetzt gerade geblusht? Lorenz oder Mercedes? Lorenz, ne? Und bei dem Gespräch mit Catherine hat er ja auch geblusht. Oh boy, Lorenz. Du hast auch ziemlich viel Riss. Muss man dir lassen. Lorenz mit Dorothea.
Too much fighting. I need a moment's peace.
Why, if it isn't Dorothea?
What are you doing here?
Patrolling the grounds. There have been entirely too many raids as of late. And yourself?
Nothing. Not really. I just needed a bit of quiet.
It is regrettable to see you so troubled by this war. This is not a burden any commoner should bear.
Don't trouble yourself on my account. So, did you ever find that wife you were looking for?
This is hardly the time or place for me to be searching for a bride. Why do you ask?
The truth is, I know this is sudden, but there's a war on, and who knows what tomorrow brings, right?
Go on.
I've always been quite fond of you. But I've also, well, I've given up on you.
That is sudden? But why would you give up on me?
You're from a noble family, and I'm a commoner. It would have been scandalous. I did what I could to be worthy of you, but you never noticed. So, I've resigned myself to a lonesome life, my feelings unrequited.
You found it so easy to give up on me? Truly? This war has changed my mind on a great many things, you know. I've given it all a lot of thought.
I like seeing you flustered, you know that? It makes joking with you so much more fun.
Joking?
Yes, joking. It used to be my job to pluck at people's heartstrings, remember? And I'm much better at it than you are. Admit it, Sir Lawrence.
I concede defeat, but your words have cut straight through to my heart. And now I must tell you how I feel. I've always been charmed by you. I do not think I realized just how thoroughly until this moment.
You and I both know that doesn't matter. Not really. We can never get married.
Perhaps not now. I've not determined where I stand when it comes to marriage. But when this war is over, I will make a decision.
You will, huh? Gosh, I sure do hope I'm not already married by then.
Oh, that's hardly a concern. No one you find could possibly compare to me.
Okay, da war ich gerade auch genau wie Lorenz schockiert. Aber ich finde, bei Dorothea ist es so schwer zu erkennen. Oder ist das einfach nur, weil ich ein Kerl bin? Aber jetzt mal ohne Witz, ich habe gedacht, die meint das jetzt ernst. Ich habe gedacht, die fand Lorenz wirklich die gesamte Zeit immer so... Ja, wie sie das halt gerade gesagt hat. Aber danach hat sie ja wieder gesagt, es ist ja nur ein Joke. Und dann kam mir wieder so in den Sinn, wie Dorothea ja eigentlich ist. Ist halt das Problem, dass ich schon lange nicht mehr Gespräche hatte, weil ich halt alle meine Gespräche fertig habe, ne? Ich habe halt alle meine Gespräche schon lange fertig, deswegen habe ich halt schon manchmal nicht mehr so ganz im Kopf, wie diese ganzen Schüler eigentlich auch zu mir waren. Und Dorothea ist ja wirklich so, wie sie hat ja gerade selber in der Textbox gesagt, dass sie halt früher sehr oft Gefühle manipuliert hat und was weiß ich was. Und das gerade eben, das hat sie so krass rübergebracht, dass ich halt ehrlich geglaubt habe, ne? Ich habe es halt direkt geglaubt. Ich so, warte, was? Hä? Was ist hier gerade los? Ich wollte auch den Text pausieren, aber dachte mir, komm, lass erstmal durchlaufen. Sehr interessant. Sehr interessant. So, das waren auch alle Lorenz-Gespräche. Hat wer noch ein einziges Gespräch? Claude hat ein Gespräch. Ignaz hat 2. Leonie hat auch 2. Dorothea hat 1. Petra hat 2. Mercedes hat 1. Seth hat 2. Catherine hat 1. Shamir hat 2. Dann machen wir Catherines letztes Gespräch noch mit Seth und dann wird der Part enden.
No, Catherine's at it again. She has charged too far forward. I'd better join her before she... Are you all right?
That's what I was going to ask you. How could you be so reckless? All those times you scolded me, and now you get yourself all beaten up. To think, nearly getting yourself killed in a minor skirmish like this one.
Quite right. Thankfully, I am not badly hurt. My apologies. I didn't mean to worry you.
What's gotten into you?
How do you mean?
Don't play dumb. I was supposed to patrol this area, not you. What are you even doing here?
Just happened to be passing through?
Sedith, this isn't like you bumped into me on a stroll around town. Nobody passes through a battlefield.
All right. I wanted to protect you.
What?
You'd pressed much too far ahead. I feared your life might be in danger. Once that thought occurred to me, I could not stand idly by. I had to shield you from harm.
And you were injured in the process. I don't know what to say. Sedith, I didn't realize you worried so much about my safety. I apologize, and I'm grateful. I guess we really are companions.
I did not do this merely to assist an ally. I did it for you. I don't want to lose you. And if I am willing to risk my life to protect you, just think how much scolding I am capable of. So you had best take better care of yourself.
All right, you've made your feelings clear. When you say it like that, I can't refuse. I'm sorry for making you worry all the time. I'll be more careful. I promise.
Please do. For my sake and yours.
Das Gespräch hat doch mal schön den Part abgerundet, würde ich mal sagen, oder Leute? Wie seht ihr das? Okay. Jetzt haben wir schon mehrere Charaktere beendet. Ne? Ich habe keine Gespräche mehr, Lorenz hat keine Gespräche mehr. Raphael ist auch schon durch. Lysithia ist durch, Marianne ist durch. Hilde hat noch ein Gespräch. Felix ist jetzt auch schon fertig. Annette ist auch schon fertig. Stimmt. Flade noch nicht. Catherine ist jetzt fertig. Genau, und im nächsten Part können wir eigentlich Shamir... Eigentlich könnte ich den nächsten Part doch auch noch Gespräche machen, oder? Sodass wir dann im übernächsten Part das Kloster erkunden. Weil es sind halt echt nicht mehr viele Gespräche, die fehlen. Das könnte man jetzt noch einen schönen Part machen, wo ich alle Gespräche reinhaue. Ich mache das, Leute. Und wisst ihr was? Ich beende jetzt den Part und nehme gleich im Anschluss den nächsten Part auf. Und dann höre ich mir alle anderen restlichen Gespräche an, weil ich gerade so in der Gesprächslaune bin. Und dann werden wir im übernächsten Part das Kloster erkunden. Und wenn wir jetzt hier im nächsten Part alle restlichen Gespräche anhören, dann, wie gesagt, es wird nur noch so 5, 6 Gespräche geben, Maximum. Und dann war's das. Dann haben wir wirklich alle Gespräche gesehen und ja, das ist gut. Ne? Und jetzt, wo wir Lady Rhea eigentlich wieder zurückhaben, sie ist nicht hier in meiner Unterstützungsliste. Fällt mir gerade so auf. Naja, okay. Gut, dann werde ich jetzt die Folge beenden. Für euch wird dann die nächste Folge, keine Ahnung, in 2, 3, 4 Tagen kommen. Mit den restlichen Gesprächen. Und ich werde mir jetzt gleich die restlichen Gespräche geben. Wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge von Fire Emblem Three Houses. Vielen Dank, dass ihr dabei wart, Leute. Die Story wird immer interessanter. Jetzt, wo wir Edelgard tatsächlich umgebracht haben. Und jetzt haben wir auf einmal neue Gegner. Und ich kann es kaum abwarten, Thomas, Monika und Thales und was weiß ich, wie die ganzen Keks heißen. Ich würde die gerne alle selber umbringen. Mal schauen, wie das ablaufen wird. Wer das nicht verpassen will, schaltet die nächste Folge ein von Fire Emblem Three Houses. Bleibt clean, Leute. Until next time. Habt einen wunderschönen Tag. Und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye, bye.